Hello there guys and welcome back to the channel. Now the Diablo buff only has gone live less than 24 hours ago, but in this amount of time I have definitely been myself extremely impressed with the champion. We did some testing yesterday on stream. I did plenty of playtesting off stream, and I'm going to showcase some of the cooler fights with you. Now, I will also be answering some of the most frequently asked questions about Diablo as we do this, but first we're just going to start with the Summer of Pain Mysterio. Now, first things first, in all of the fights here, I'm running the same mastery setup that I have featured on my channel previously, where you are able to run maxed out Mystic Dispersion with Liquid Courage and Double Edge. It's not one of my two most used mastery setups, but it would be my third most used mastery setup. However, he still would be a great champion even if you do not have that Mystic Dispersion, and surprisingly he was also quite viable without Liquid Courage and or Double Edge. That being said, he benefits from Liquid Courage greatly in terms of increasing damage, in terms of increasing heal, activating his SIG ability, which unfortunately I do not have active at the moment. And I will do another video on Diablo playing him without Liquid Courage and Double Edge. Now, that being said, for the purposes of this video, all of the fights recorded are with Liquid Courage and Double Edge masteries active. However, it is not Mystic Dispersion does not come into play in this fight. Now, Summer of Pain Mysterio has been like a huge bane in the rear end for so many people, and it's great that we got another option for it. Now, unfortunately, since Diablo buff went live, you only had like 1 day to do that fight with the guy. But still, better late than never. And in general, now Diablo definitely seems like a very sustainable and viable champion, which is why I have already taken him to rank 2. And I am quite likely gonna take him to rank 3 in near future, because that regeneration that he has is quite bonkers. It definitely is extremely potent, and then the rest of the abilities are still great. His ability to nullify poisons and recover damage from energy attacks, and if you have him awakened, just take less damage from stuff like recoil and Liquid Courage and stuff like that. There is a ton of cool things to like about Diablo now. But here's gonna be the thing: we dropped level 3 and he was at like 90-something%. Now by the end he's gonna finish nearly at 50%, and I only managed to pause those poisons for like 1 10-second cycle, and he's nearly halfway down. Now, unfortunately, you can only use 1 level 3 per fight, so if you want to get it done quickly, you might have to just, I don't know, quit out, but you can solo this guy without actually really relying on your level 3 there. And you can do that just by kind of like slow playing with your level 1s and utilizing the fact that you're regenerating at all times. Now, I do not want to keep you guys here too late. I actually end up messing at the very end just because he absolutely refused to throw his special attacks, and then he ended up having me when he was at like 3%. So this isn't quite a full solo, this is a 3% short, but I was working at it. Well, basically just run out of time to try and do this fight. This is like my 5th or 6th attempt, because I don't know, I have been playing quite poorly recently. So here he finally did throw that special attack, and then I am trying to get out of the corner, which is perfectly fine. I'm taking some damage, don't care about that. Just want him to throw a special attack, he doesn't. So I'm gonna throw mine, and I'm gonna activate poison here. Wonderful, so he's slowly poisoning. I'm gonna drop a heavy attack, which is gonna poison him further, and he's just gonna randomly heavy me. So that's how I got KO'd when he was at 3%. But that fight's perfectly winnable. Now, however, once again, Diablo with no synergies active, one of his pre-fights, which is gonna let me nullify stuff, up against Winter Soldier. And I'm gonna take some hits here at the beginning of fight on purpose, just to further demonstrate Diablo's ability to heal up. So at this point I'm at like 67-68%, something like that. But now we're gonna start doing damage. So I drop my level 1, and drop a heavy attack to get a couple poisons on that Winter Soldier so we can get the fight started. And the plan is to get to those 8 vials of whatever might or whatever they are, and then drop a level 3 and then the fun things happen. You can definitely see why they limited that special 3 only to once per fight type thing, because it is bastardly broken, because it can feed your Mystic Dispersion and just let you spam more special attacks immediately after your level 3. Right, so here I am at 7 while, so I'm going to fast forward till I get level 3. But at the same time, keep an eye on my health bar. I am blocking all the special attacks and stuff like that, but I'm consistently healing up. Okay, so 85% already healed in, what, 50-something hits. So here I'm dropping my level 3, and he's at 52%. That 52% would equal to something like 280,000 health from this point onwards. And we can see that he's ticking for basically over 5,000 there at this point. I'm going to drop my level 1, which is going to pause the poisons. Wonderful. I'm going to go and drop my level 2 in a second, which is obviously just going to deal even more damage. And there I shouldn't actually have hit him. He would have died already, but, you know, why not? 74 hits, rank 2, 6-star, unduped Diablo, Winter Soldier down. Now, it's not the craziest, quickest takedown, but it's definitely respectable. But these fights, where all fights where Mystic Dispersion was not a factor, or not all outside of Diablo's own abilities, trying to say opponents didn't have buffs. But Diablo is a Mystic champion. Diablo is a champion that has access to Nullify ability, and quite potent one at that. And he also can obviously benefit from Mystic Dispersion Mastery. So what I'm trying to say there is, just watch what happens when you are bringing Diablo against champions that do have active buffs. It's going to be quite easy and quite crazy. So we're dropping level 3 here. This is like Counter Tactics Combo Party path in 633 in Havoc Quest, I believe. So let's go. We're dropping our level 3. That's going to inflict a whole bunch of poisons there. Just 8, not too bad. But we have Thanos special spamming abilities here, because why not? And this is again without any synergies or anything like that, I think, on Diablo. I'm going to put on synergy team later on when I go up against Champion and Labyrinth of Legends boss, but still, not too bad so far. Just spamming out level 2s and having a bit of fun. Right, obviously everybody can bully Groot, but let's go and take it up against Venom. Once again, activate that nullification ability. And this one was actually a fairly boring fight because I misplayed it a bit, but still, let's get to the point where I drop my level 3. If I do that, I think I do, yes. And, well, then he's gonna be KO'd. So we have 13 poisons, he's ticking like crazy, and I'm just slowly waiting for the buffs to get nullified. So I drop a level 1, wonderful, and yeah, just a random level 2 once again immediately. This Thor fight is going to be a bit more interesting though. So once again, activating the pre-fight that nullifies. The nullify ability is quite interesting. So you need to have active your elixir, basically that purple passive you get after throwing a special attack. However, they are stackable. So you can stack several of them up, and you can nullify more buffs every 2 seconds than just the one, if you have more of those elixir vials active. So, anyways, long story short, Diablo can nullify a crap ton of stuff. And, yeah, I am genuinely extremely happy with his buff. I do think that he's a great addition to many people's accounts. And he's a champion that I was kind of looking for, in a sense that he's a Mystic champion that's very, very compatible with Liquid Courage Double Edge, not necessarily overly reliant on Mystic Dispersion, even though that does help. But still, I genuinely think I'm more than likely going to be taking him up to rank 3 due to that insane sustainability and regen and everything else. Just look at that. We're dropping another level 2, and why not? We're going to get some more power in a second. Or just drop another special attack. He's dead. Right, let's go on to more interesting fights. This is the 626 champion. And obviously used to be quite a tricky fight. Now a ton of champions can actually do this fight. So I have activated the pre-fight that lets me nullify buffs. That's the only pre-fight that I have activated. I'm going to start off by getting to a special 3, which is wonderful. So here we go. He is unstoppable at this point, but I do have a synergy that gives Diablo a chance to stun opponents on special attacks, which can be quite useful. So right. let's drop that level 3. Deal some damage, nothing too crazy, but we have a bunch of poisons here. Wonderful. Let's just do some more poisoning. And we are back at 3 bars of power, basically. We're nullifying a ton of buffs. Drop a level 2. We're back at a ton of power. Once again, let's drop that. Why not? Everything just gets nullified immediately. There is going to be kind of like a slowdown point. I'm actually going to make a mistake as well in this fight. Here, I rushed in at the wrong moment and he got his unstoppable. So at this point, I'm at 29% health. Here, we're going to be at 44. And I'm just going to let my healing abilities take over here in a second. And we're going to drop another level 1. Unfortunately, in this phase, he kind of purifies all the poisons. So I should not have dropped my level 2. I should have dropped my level 1 to pause the poisons. But hey, you know, what happens, happens. This is a bit boring bit where I just kind of have to push through and get him down to that last 10%. But so long as I keep nullifying all the furies, he doesn't have any persistent charges, he doesn't hit too hard, he doesn't go really unstoppable, and yeah, those furies get nullified, and it's just a bit slow. It's not hard. I'm just gonna speed up here. I do mess up again at some point, whoopsies. So definitely did not have the best fight, but the healing of Diablo is carrying me through here. Right, so I'm going to drop that. We should be able to push him to that 10% in a second. Here we go, 10%. I have 30% health myself. Did not get a prowess charge there, but it's okay. I'm going to drop a level 1, just so I have my nullification active. Couple of hits on block, why not? It's not the prettiest solo, but it will have to do. I actually had a lot quicker and a lot prettier fight, but I messed it up on the last prowess. So this was like second time I was trying it. Anyways, we have 2 prowesses here. Like a few more hits on a block. Perfect. 3 prowesses. And champion boss goes down easily. And the last thing, I figured we're going to see how he does with larger health pool against opponent that does have buffs as well. And that is going to be Labyrinth of Legends Old Man Logan. Now, Old Man Logan spams those buffs quite sporadically, but we should get enough Mystic Dispersion food to have a bit of fun time. And yeah, so let's fast forward a bit because the initial start of the fight is not overly interesting. I'm just trying to get my 8 vials right here. We have max attack boost now. I just need to build level 3, which happens now. From this point forward, though, we have a ton of health left, but we can see that Old Man Logan is melting. He's ticking for 5,000 a tick. 5,000 a tick. Just casual, nice, easy, calm, 5,000. He's spamming more buffs that I can nullify, that I can just drop my level 2s here, because why not? And every single half a second, he's taking 5,000 poison damage. This is some of the more fun ways how to deal with this fight, I suppose. Yeah, so 20 poisons, 5,000. If Diablo would be awakened, then the poison would be ticking a bit higher, I think. But hey, either way, I just need to drop level 1 here to pause the poisons as I'm building back up to level 2. And let's drop that level 2 to refresh the poisons. Wonderful. Very easy, very straightforward, and yeah, he's just ticking down for like that 5k every single tick, 10,000 poison damage per second. And that is gonna be pretty much all she wrote. Obviously, the level 2 also hits quite hard once you have 20 poisons an opponent. Actually, should check exactly what damage that level 2 does, but hey. So I'm gonna drop my level 1 here to pause the poisons. And it doesn't matter that he's not overly aggressive. We're still gaining power. We're still dealing damage. And that's pretty much all she wrote for Old Man Logan there. So, how many hits was that? Was not too many. Let's see it in the end. Right, 141 hits to do 1.5 million damage. Let's see that level 2 again. Come on, level 2. What that was that? Only 17k extra? Well, something. It's something. But yes, that is about it for today's video, though. I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. So far, I absolutely love Diablo. Obviously, it will take time to see where he exactly fits in the game. However, I can very easily see a ton of people starting to use him, especially if you're running Liquid Courage Double Edge, for his healing, for his sustainability. His nullify abilities are very potent as well, and obviously his access to poison and poison damage. Let me know what you guys think about Diablo, and what are your impressions now that you have had pretty much a day to play around with him. But I'm not gonna keep you guys any longer. I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you did, hit that like button, hit that sub button, hit all the buttons. I'm gonna catch you guys soon. See ya. Hello there guys, and welcome back to the channel. So we have all the information